Hello everyone and good evening to you all. My name is Felton Parker. Today is Thursday, September 12th, 2024. As always, each day is a wonderful day to be blessed by our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And I sincerely hope you folks have a truly blessed and wonderful Thursday. What I have for you guys in tonight's video is the list of all the National Day holidays from my National Day calendar segment. That includes my featured National Day holiday. Also tonight in my weather segment, I will let you all know exactly what we're expecting for tomorrow, which is Friday, the entire weekend, the upcoming weekend, and also through much of next week. My question: are we finally done with Francine for good? I will have the answer to that in a few minutes from now in my weather segment. But first, without further ado, let's get things started here on this Thursday night with my featured National Day calendar holiday. Of course, today was National Video Games Day. On this day, National Video Games Day celebrates all the ways we enjoy a good video game challenge. Hashtag National Video Games Day. Video game players across the United States enjoyed this day with much enthusiasm. From their very earliest days, video games have been a blend of art, form, and industry. On July 25th, 1983, Walter Day in the Twin Galaxies. On July 25th, 1983, Walter Day in the Twin Galaxies Intergalactic Scoreboard out of Ottumwa, Iowa, founded the United States National Video Game Team. The early games used interactive electronic devices with various display formats. Thomas T. Goldsmith Jr. and Esther Ray Mann filed the first patent for an interactive electronic device in 1947. It was called the cathode ray tube amusement device. Some other early examples include the Nimrod computer at the Festival of Britain, XOX, a tic-tac-toe computer game by Alexander S. Douglas for the EDSAC, Tennis for Two, an electronic interactive game engineered by William Higginbotham, Space War. Each game used a different means of display. Some used a panel of lights or graphical display, yet others featured an oscilloscope or the DEC PDP-1 vector display. It became the first commercially sold coin-operated video game. Magnavox Odyssey launched the first home console in 1972. Atari's Pong followed with an arcade version in 1972 and a home version in 1975. So here's how to observe. Let the video game challenges begin. Ready to invite friends to join you in the newest video game or going along. Be sure you get a game in. You also need to make sure you have plenty of snacks. Arcade galleries are making a comeback. If there is one near you, then you should give them a shout out. Remember how overly popular arcades were whenever you would go to the mall, especially most likely back during the 1980s and 1990s and the first part of the 2000s. Of course, a video game arcade from fondest memories was Aladdin's Castle. Introduce your favorite video game to your kids. Have them share their favorites with you. Host a video game tournament. Post your high scores. Are you stuck on a tough level? Seek out tips and hacks to get you through. Use hashtag National Video Game Day to post on social media. Video arcades still exist, though they declined in the 1990s. It's not game over for the video arcades. Arcades across the United States have evolved through the years. Some are tucked into themed restaurants and bowling alleys, such as Dave & Buster's, or we even have Surge Entertainment across the street. Of course, how can you compare that to? Of course, it can be our localized version of Dave & Buster's. They're found all over. Dave & Buster's is found at various locations all over the country, especially in bigger cities, but not here in Shreveport, Bossier. But we do have Surge Entertainment here at Bossier Mall. I haven't gone to it yet, but one day I may have to check it out and see what it's like. Some are tucked at the themed restaurants and bowling alleys such as Dave & Buster's or Surge Entertainment. Others target the retro-loving crowd, and still others spotlight the arcade with delicious food and beverage options available for a more adult crowd. Like I just mentioned, Dave & Buster's. Or do parents still take their children to Chuck E. Cheese? And yes, also, yes, people do get paid to play video games. First, there are people hired to test and demonstrate video games. Then there are those who compete worldwide in tournaments for cash and prizes. Many gamers stream their games for profit. The more people who watch them play, the more opportunity for a payday. Some games pay players with coupons and other prizes. So that's what we're learning about video games. You know, like home consoles like Nintendo or Sega Genesis. Those are the two most popular back in the day. And then PlayStation and Nintendo N64. How many of you ever had those? I mean, PlayStation's PS2 or PS3 or the Nintendo Wii. I was a sucker for video games, especially the Super Nintendo, which I have had when I was playing like 9, 10, 11 years old. And then I began playing the PlayStation for the first time when I was 13. Okay, and now I'm going to make this one very brief. Today also was National Milkshake Day. On this day, today was also National Chocolate Milkshake Day. On this day, National Chocolate Milkshake Day brings chocolate and ice cream lovers together. Forget the calories for just this one day. Enjoy a sweet, tall, thick, and delicious chocolate milkshake. The term milkshake first appeared in print in 1885. During this period, a milkshake was referred to as an alcoholic beverage described as sturdy, healthful eggnog type of drink, blended with eggs, whiskey, and other ingredients. Pharmacies served the drink as a tonic and a treat to customers. By 1900, pharmacies offered this wholesome drink with either chocolate, strawberry, or vanilla syrup. The quick timeline of the milkshake. The early 1900s people began asking for this new treat with a scoop of ice cream. 1911, Hamilton Beach's drink mixes began to be used as soda fountains. 1922, Stephen Poplawski invented the electric blender or drink mixer. Due to the invention of the blender, the milkshake began to take a chip, aerated, and frothy form as they are today. By the 1920s and 1930s, milkshakes became a popular drink at malt shops everywhere. Another addition to the milkshake was malted milk powder. Made from malted barley, wheat flour, and dehydrated whole milk, malted milk tastes a bit like toasted caramel. It made its debut around the 1870s as a shelf-stable dry milk product. Add the powder to a chocolate milkshake and transform the creamy goodness into a malted chocolate milkshake. Along with milkshakes, malted milkshakes became popular drinks at soda fountains around the 1920s. And that's not all we've celebrated here on this holiday, but not only was today National Chocolate Milkshake, not only was today National Video Games Day, today was also National Chocolate Milkshake Day, National Day of Encouragement, National Hug and High Five Day, National Just One Human Family Day, National School Picture Day, National Report Medicare Fraud Day. Also today was Day of the Programmer, the 256th day of the year. Most years, Day of the Programmer, most years it's on September 13th, but due to 2024 being a leap year, it is on September 12th. And that covers my National Day Calendar segment here on this Thursday night. And now let's see who. Let's see who out there celebrating, who out there famous, anyone out there famous that celebrated the birthday today. Any famous Americans? Nancy Vivian Stein. Wait. Okay. So here are the famous Americans who celebrated birthdays today. Movie actress Sydney Sweeney turns 27. Rapper R.E.M. turns 30. Movie actor Paul Walker today would have turned 51. Instead, movie actor Paul Walker today would have turned 51. but he passed away tragically in 2013. TV actress Jayla Walton turns 20. Reality star PVD Biggie turns 28. TV actress Emmy Rossum turns 38. Country singer Kelsey Ballerini turns 31. Country singer Kelsey Ballerini turns 31. Pop singer Jennifer Hudson turns 43. Rapper 2 Chainz turns 47. TV actor Zachary Arthur turns 18. R&B singer Chris Gray turns 23. Skateboarder Ocean Brown turns 13. Blogger Anna Kate turns 37. Basketball player Yao Ming turns 44. Baseball player Freddie Freeman turns 35. Movie actor Colin Ford turns 28. Composer Hans Zimmer turns 67. TV show host Chelsea Layden turns 32. Runner Jesse Owens would have turned 111. And so we're TV actor Ryan Potter turns 29. R&B singer Barry White today would have turned 80. Today would have been Barry White's 80th birthday, known as the Maestro, best known for such hits as Can't Get Enough of Your Love, Babe, I'm Gonna Love You Just a Little More, Baby, Your Sweetness, Practice What You Preach, and Preaching Much More. Barry White today would have turned 80. Tragically, sadly, he passed away in 2013. Model Janessa Gornichek turns 28. Comedian Louis C.K. turns 57. Country singer Lane Hardy turns 24. Rapper Beezy Bone turns 48. Pop singer Official Willow turns 28. And pageant contestant Raquel Levis turns 30. Those are some of the famous Americans, past and present today, who have celebrated birthdays here on this date, September 12th. Please give me a shout out if you've known someone who celebrated a birthday on this date, September 12th. And of course, I will have a little brief info about, tomorrow is Friday the 13th. So I have a little brief something for you guys in tomorrow night's video in regards to Friday the 13th. Now here's your weather, and of course I did ask a question a few minutes ago. Are we finally done with Francine? I'll let you guys know what we have happening in the tropics. Now here's your weather update. Now here's your weather. Overnight lows will average in the lower 60s. So we're expecting another fairly mild evening tonight as skies continue to clear. There's a slight chance for showers across portions of southeast Oklahoma and South Arkansas tonight. So we're basically are just about done with the rain, especially what was left over with Francine. And of course, we should not be concerned. We're not under any watches or warnings at this time. And of course, unlike what we experienced last night, all is quiet here on this third center across the Shreveport Bossier, in the Shreveport radar. But if you look on the regional radar, of course, you see one small pocket of shower in a portion of central Texas. You see one small pocket of shower across portions of central Texas, and a couple off the Florida, of course, across the Florida Gulf Coast. But the vast majority of the rains, all this is associated with the remnants of Francine, which is now considered a tropical. What was tropical storm Francine is now a post-tropical depression. A tropical depression of the remnants of Francine have moved its way up northward into portions of, mostly across Arkansas in the southern portions, the better southern portions of Missouri, and going into Illinois, southern Illinois, Indiana, and also portions of north and western Kentucky, as well as western and the portions of western and Tennessee, and of course across some small pockets found in Mississippi, and of course portions of Alabama. Another wave has been found in southeastern Kentucky, northeastern Tennessee, and western North Carolina, into the portions of Georgia and South Carolina. So, the most now this is where the remnants of what was Francine is now located across Arkansas, Missouri, western Kentucky, Tennessee, Illinois, Indiana. So that's where Francine is located. So this time last night, Francine was along the Louisiana Gulf Coast. So folks across southeast Louisiana are slowly beginning the process of recovering from Francine. And that's where the remnants of Francine is located. Right there along. So Francine did weaken to a tropical storm overnight last night, and is now in this weekend even further. I'll let you guys know where Francine is located right now. And of course, we start to see some breaks in the clouds during times of the day. And of course, we've held on to now. We still have the clouds out there that's being left over with Francine. So I'll let you guys know exactly when we should clear out. But we're still holding on to the clouds as temperatures. Now temperatures, because we managed to see some sunshine today, although we would expect now the heavy rains from Francine have since departed the region overnight last night. It's been left with partly. We dealt with partly. Now we still were dealing with clouds throughout the good portion of the day. We managed to start to see some brief breaks in the clouds. That's what helped warm our temperatures up just slightly. If I'm not mistaken, we topped it at 85 degrees earlier today. We're still below normal for this time of year, thanks to clouds really associated with Francine. So that's what's going to give us now it depends on how soon we get rid of the clouds. If we get rid of the clouds sooner, then we'll see temperatures lowering we'll see lower temperatures at night. But the more we hold on to and of course, sunshine tomorrow should give us the return of sunshine tomorrow should give us a warmer conclusion to this work week. So temperature outside here on this Thursday night is 73 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. Temperature outside on this Thursday night is 73 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. Winds are from the north at 5 miles per hour. Humidity is 74%. Dew point is 64 degrees. So that means that drier air is filtering in. Thanks in the wake of Francine. Winds are from the north at 5 miles per hour. Barometric pressure is at 29.81 inches of mercury. So the air mass is drying out. So that means that should leave us to a drier and warmer Friday. And of course, here's what's on the way for the next few days. No hazardous weather is expected through the weekend and into next week, though there is a slight chance for showers late Saturday night, early Sunday morning. Heat does return to the forecast, but heat products do not appear to be needed at this time. So it should not be as deadly, as intense compared to what we had experienced earlier during the summer. We've had the multiple heat advisories and excessive heat warnings, so that should not be, since we are in the summer's land, since we are like 10 days away from the official start to fall. Heavy rainfall spread across the southeastern U.S. The remnants of Francine will continue to produce widespread moderate to heavy rain from Tennessee into the southeast Friday. Multiple rounds of heavy rainfall in previously saturated soils will likely lead to areas of scattered to widespread flash flooding, especially across central Alabama. A couple of brief tornadoes are also possible across the southeast through Friday afternoon. So those are the ones that's going to be more concerned with Francine. And of course, it is Thursday, so I'm going to update you guys with the drought monitor. Also, I'm going to update you guys of what is happening give you guys what is happening in the tropics. So let's see what has changed within the past week. Now, despite the drought has been wiped out. Drought has been wiped out due to excessive rains from a tropical disturbance late last week. Now here's last week's map. What you see here is what was issued last week when when moderate drought conditions, when we were in that normally dry to in moderate drought. But drought conditions have totally been erased across some parts of the state, especially in southeast Louisiana, where it's impacted by a tropical system, and this is going to show even better improvement once the next drought monitor is released next Thursday with the now the cutoff date was early Tuesday morning, September 10th. So that means that we are in southeast Louisiana is totally drought free. That's going to show even, and all this should be erased when the next drought monitor is released next Tuesday. That will include the heavy rains associated with Francine that we've experienced this week, and also making its way up northward into our corner of the state. All of Caddo and most of Bossier parishes under a moderate drought. So we're in moderate drought. So this does not include the heavy rainfall. Now we did experience, despite the near inch rainfall that we've had last week. This does not include. Now the cutoff date is Tuesday, so when the next drought monitor is released in about a week, this should include, when the next drought monitor is released next Thursday. This should include all the rains from Francine that should get drought conditions totally erased. So actually, comparing to a year ago this week, we are actually doing much better, thanks to abundant rains that we have experienced, not only this week, but not only from the past couple weeks, but also throughout much of this year. Except that we've briefly gone to a dry period throughout the month of August before so as long as we can keep the rains coming, whether or not are they from a tropical system. Now I'm going to update you guys what is happening in the tropics. So as we know that Hurricane Francine has shown signs of dissipation. So here's what happened with Hurricane Francine. So as we know that Hurricane Francine has dissipated it is now a post-tropical cyclone depression. Hurricane Francine was a moderately strong tropical cyclone that brought extensive flooding to parts of the Gulf Coast of the United States, especially Louisiana, during this month. The sixth named storm and fourth hurricane of the 2024 Atlantic hurricane season, its formation brought the end to a significant quiet period in tropical cyclone formation in the Atlantic. Originating from a tropical wave that was initially spotted in the Central Atlantic by the National Hurricane Center in late August, the disturbance that eventually became Francine began gradually organizing on September 7th, that was last Saturday, as it exited the Yucatan Peninsula and into the Bay of Campeche. The disturbance consolidated further and was designated by the National Hurricane Center as potential tropical cyclone 6 on September 8th. The next day, that was actually Monday of this week, it was upgraded to a tropical storm status and was named Francine by the National Hurricane Center. So Francine, here are overall effects of Francine. This storm dissipated late sometime earlier during the evening hours of September 12, 2024. The highest winds sustained for 1 minute was 100 miles per hour. The fatalities and the damage is unknown, with at least 3 injuries. We will know more with this. So we will know more in the coming days. Now, Francine has now So Francine has now finished his course, and now I'm gonna keep you guys up to date. Now I'm gonna give you guys up to date on what is Tropical Depression 7. On last Saturday, September 7th, just last Saturday, the National Hurricane Center noted that a trough of low pressure could interact with a nearby tropical wave and slowly develop, being in a favorable environment for development. Yesterday, showers and thunderstorms began to show signs of organization in the disturbance, which had become a tropical wave. Later on during that day, the wave developed a surface circulation, causing it to develop into Tropical Depression 7. Here's the very latest on Tropical Depression 7. So, Francine, we're not done, but the Francine is out. Francine, I can basically say that Francine is Francine out of the picture for good, because I know so Francine is once Francine downgraded to a tropical depression, it shows signs of quickly dissipating once it lost its strength as it moved further inland into the United States. But currently, tropical depression. So here's the latest on Tropical Depression 7. That's the only system we have out in the tropics so far. So currently, Tropical Depression 7 is located approximately 875. Currently, Tropical Depression 7 is located approximately 875 miles from the Cabo Verde Islands. Its maximum sustained winds are 35 miles per hour with gusts up to 45 miles per hour. The system is moving from the west-northwest at 20 miles per hour. Barometric pressure is at 29.74 inches of mercury. So that's what we know so far about Tropical Depression 7. So other than Tropical Depression 7, now we could be watching for more tropical systems as we make further progress into this month. But as we all know, that Francine has gradually dissipated. We now have Tropical Depression 7, and it doesn't appear to be reaching landfall anytime anywhere soon. I will be keeping you guys up to date within the next week and see whether or not. Now, if Tropical Depression 7 strengthens even further as it gets closer to the islands of the Caribbean or wherever it may land, it could. Now, could Tropical Depression 7 receive the name Garden? That would be the next name storm that's on the list. So tonight we will see skies becoming clear after a rather cloudy and gloomy day. So now we will gradually start to see the clouds decreasing tonight. So tomorrow, so that means we will start off with seasonally mild temperatures. We should be tomorrow morning we should. So low temperature tonight 64 degrees with the west-northwest wind 6 miles per hour. So tonight we will see skies becoming clear as we bottom at 64 degrees with the west-northwest wind and 6 miles per hour. No rain is expected. Tomorrow, of course, tomorrow's Friday the 13th. So tomorrow should be a great day for. So we should wrap up the week with plenty of sunshine, and also it should be a rather seasonal day. So we will see high temperatures warming up close to normal for this time of year. So normally we should be in the low 90s at least. So tomorrow we should warm to 91 degrees with lots of sunshine. We have a west wind at 8 miles per hour, and we're not expecting any rain. So basically, with the next few days, I'll explain more that we should not be expecting. So we're basically not much more rain is on the way. But like I mentioned before, every little drop of rain helps. Now as we go into the overnight hours, we should see skies becoming. So we should see skies becoming mostly clear. We should see mostly clear, partly cloudy at that time. So we should gradually see the skies clearing overnight. With temperatures falling through right now in the low 70s, we should bottom into the mid to upper 60s. We'll start out tomorrow morning with the temperature of 65 degrees with clear skies at 6 a.m. tomorrow. 9 a.m. tomorrow should be at 72 degrees with sunshine. Noon tomorrow should be up to 83 degrees with sunshine. 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon with sunshine, we're up to 90 degrees. 6 p.m. tomorrow evening, we should be at 87 degrees with sunshine. And of course tomorrow night, and here's your Friday night football outlook. So and of course, 7 p.m. tomorrow night, we should be 84 degrees with sunshine. 8 p.m. tomorrow night, with clear skies, we should be down to 80 degrees. 9 p.m. tomorrow night, with clear skies, we should be down to 77 degrees. So that should make it a perfect evening for area high school football games. A perfect night for any area high school football games to take place tomorrow night. So the only thing so the very last of Francine, so anything associated with Francine should be out of the picture. So the only thing we have to do is get rid of the clouds, and once we get rid of the cloud cover, then once we see the skies clearing, so once we see the skies clearing, then bingo. We're in for a day of waterable sunshine with seasonally warm temperatures to wrap up the week tomorrow. So let's see what the next 7 to 10 days have in store for us here. After a low temperature night, 64 degrees. That's more than a few degrees below. That's more than a few degrees below normal for this time for a low temperature. Tomorrow, going to your Friday, we expect a return of plenty of sunshine, and of course, we're gonna have a Sunday and rather seasonally warm conclusion to the work week tomorrow, with plenty of sunshine. We should have plenty of sunshine with a high of 91, low of 67. 91 degrees is normal, so we should wrap up the week with seasonally warm temperatures, high of 91, low of 67. Winds will be from the west at 8 miles per hour, and we're not expecting any rain. Saturday, it will be mostly sunny and now going into your weekend, mostly sunny and very warm with the high of 94, low of 71. Winds will be from the south-southwest at 6 miles per hour, chance of rain 10%. Maybe it's, now some areas may hint that we may see a small chance of a shower too, but it's not. But if we do see any rain over the weekend, it's not going to be much of anything to dampen any weekend plans. Sunday, of course, it will be mostly sunny and very warm, high of 94, low of 72. Winds will be from the south-southeast at 5 miles per hour, chance of rain 10%. So not much is on the way for the weekend. Of course, maybe a slightly better rain chance for Monday. Mostly sunny and humid. It'll be mostly sunny and humid. Sunny to partly cloudy and humid. Maybe a slight chance of a shower or thunderstorm or two possible. High of 91, low of 71. Winds will be from the southeast at 5 miles per hour. Chance of rain 20%. Tuesday, we have partly cloudy skies with a couple showers and thunderstorms possible. High of 89, low of 70. Winds will be from the east southeast at 5 miles per hour. Chance of rain 30%. Wednesday, mostly sunny skies. So Wednesday would be mostly sunny. High of 90, low of 72. Winds will be from the southeast at 6 miles per hour. Chance of rain not greater than 10%. Then Thursday, and of course we look at that continued warm and dry conditions heading into Thursday. Sunny and very warm with the high of 94, low of 71. Winds will be from the south-southwest at 6 miles per hour, and no rain is expected. So it looks like as of right now, at the end of next week, we should continue the warming and the warm and dry pattern going into it as we approach towards the end of next week. So we'll see highs climbing in the mid-90s with sunshine. For next Friday, which is the 20th, we should see highs climbing in the mid-90s with sunshine with no rain expected. Saturday, which is the 21st, with mostly sunny skies, so we should be in the low 90s and no rain is expected. And also Sunday the 22nd with highs in the upper 80s, mostly sunny skies, highs will be in the upper 80s, and again no rain is expected. So hope you've enjoyed the rain. So if you really want rain, probably have to wait until at least late next weekend. The way it looks right now. Now of course this it can change. At least until late next weekend or possibly early the following week to find our next best chance of to see signs of any rain. So here we are. So it looks like that now within the past week we've enjoyed the preview of fall, and then we've had some good tropical rains associated with Francine, We just have to pray for our neighbors down in South Louisiana as they have been affected, especially in Southeast Louisiana, and especially in like Thibodaux, Louisiana, with areas with some of the hardest hit areas. But some of the hardest hit areas have been found in portions like Thibodaux, Louisiana. So the worst of Francine should be is now put behind us since the only thing we benefited from is the heavy rains, and of course it's been so you'll find over thousands and thousands of customers who are currently without power down in South Louisiana, and that number is, and of course it's going to take some time to recover from what was caused by Francine. So we just have to keep our loved ones down in South Louisiana. We just have to keep those loved ones of ours, and we just have to keep those loved ones in our prayers, and praying that hopefully life returns to normal for them someday real soon, as they've been affected by Francine. So Francine, although not a major hurricane, but it was a major storm system for the state of Louisiana. So the worst of Francine is should be put behind us. So recovery is going to take some time, but especially with New Orleans received at least 7, as much as 8, and even some parts of Southeast Louisiana received as much as 9, and possible up to 10 inches of rain from this system. But now it could have been a lot worse depending on what Francine's track being further eastward, or had the track been considered a little westward, close to our viewing area, we would have gotten lots more rain associated with Francine. So the tropics, other than Tropical Depression 7, are not looking that great as of right now. So it's going to take some time to do some recovery. So we'll pray for we need to pray for our some of our friends down south who may be affected now. Now us here at home, we're about to get into another. Summer is not over. We're about to get into another streak of another spell of summer with highs mostly in the 90s just about each and every day. With highs mostly in the 90s just about each and every day. But now tomorrow, highs will generally be basically highs over the next several days should mostly be in the lower to mid 90s. With say for Tuesday, with the slightly better rain chance, we'll hold our high temperatures in the upper 80s. Each day we will have high temperatures at or above normal. So it's been nice for us to have the run of pleasantly mild fall-like temperatures within, especially last weekend and earlier this week, as most of us seen temperatures dip into the 40s and 50s and low 60s for nighttime lows. And now we're reversing the pattern. We're going to a strictly summer pattern with the return of heat and humidity, but not as intense compared to what we've experienced early in the summer with upper 90s and with triple digits. So it appears that we should not be reaching triple digits again for the remainder of this year. I'm just hoping we're done with seeing temperatures in the upper 90s to reaching 100. I'm just hoping we're done with those by now. So again, we'll have highs in the low to mid 90s each over the next several days. Of course, we should be right at or above normal for the next few days. Except for Tuesday with this slight rain chance, we'll have highs in the upper 80s. Now your rain chances. No rain expected tomorrow, so that's so no rain's expected for tomorrow. A small disturbance could give us a slightly better chance of rain for both Saturday and Sunday, but I'm not counting on that. I say I put in 10% rain chances for both Saturday and Sunday, and slightly even better rain chance, 20% Monday, 30% Tuesday, 10% Wednesday, and no rain expected by Thursday. By this time next week, by the time we get week from today, next Thursday. So my info totals look to be way less than under 1/10 of an inch between now and a lot of portion of next week. And actually, next week is officially considered the final full week of summer, and of course we're gonna be experiencing a more summer-like pattern as we go through the next few days, without much in the way of rain. Maybe a pattern will change the closer we get into the official start to fall. And I will for sure keep you guys updated with that. So we're gonna be clinging. We're gonna get back to clinging to summer as we go through the next few days. With not basically not much in the way of any rain expected over the next few days. So and of course I'll have week 2 of the 2024 NFL season made its debut tonight, and of course earlier tonight. And so the NFL, the second week of the 2024 NFL season began tonight. The AFC East matchup between the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins, and the Buffalo Bills took the victory over the Miami Dolphins. Final score to that, the Buffalo Bills defeat the Miami Dolphins with the final score of 31-10. And of course, here your selected NFL Week 2 games. Of course, the game of the week. Do not forget, this coming Sunday, September 15th at noon, it will be televised on Fox. It will be between the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys. Who do you think will win? Also selected highlighted games. We have the Sunday, also the Colton, also Sunday afternoon. Also be watching for the Sunday afternoon at 3:25 p.m. on CBS. It will be, we have Cincinnati and Kansas City. That's the Bengals and the Chiefs, and also the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Denver Broncos. Sunday night game will feature the Chicago Bears and the Houston Texans on NBC. Monday night on ESPN, we have the Atlanta Falcons and the Philadelphia Eagles. And of course, do not forget, this Saturday, September 14th, LSU Tigers will be on the road to face the South Carolina Gamecocks. Face South Carolina in Irving. It will be an early game match. I will have. And tomorrow, in my video for you guys tomorrow, I will have another preview of your NFL preview. I will have another preview of your NFL. I have a preview of your college football lineups for this coming Saturday, as well as another brief preview for NFL lineups for week 2. And also, along with my National Day Calendar fact, I will also keep you guys up to date. I'll have your the weekend of the return of heat and humidity, turn to a summer like. I will have the latest update. On a very very warm and mostly dry weekend with very some rain chances, with not as much rain on the way for the next few days. So we're getting back to. Hopefully I will one last spell of summer like weather as highs return to the 90s. Beginning tomorrow, and they will last basically through much of next week. Save for that slightly better range. Save for that slightly better rain chance I have in the forecast for next Tuesday. So that's basically all that I have. That will be basically all that I have for you guys here on this Thursday night. And of course, again, do not forget, tomorrow is Friday the 13th. It's a day what most consider unlucky. So I have a little info, some facts about it, as well as the National Day Calendar segment, and also like I said, I will have a preview of your college football lineup for this coming Saturday, as well as another brief preview of your NFL Week 2 matchups, including the game of the week between the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys. Who do you think will win? I will have that poll. I will have that poll as I make my post on Sunday. Well, that will be all that I have for you guys here on this Thursday night. And once again, we're getting closer to that weekend. Just gotta get through tomorrow. Once again, that will be about all that I have for you guys here on this Thursday night. Once again, my name is Felton Parker. I'm officially signing off here. You guys have a good night. Sleep peacefully. Take care of yourselves and each other. Most of all, remain blessed and stay safe. Thank you.